Welcome everyone back to another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video. My name is D-Free. Here today. We have information about the brand new mechanic that is coming to the game in year 4. I hope you guys enjoy. Hit that subscribe if you happen to be new, and we're going to talk about it here today. Huge shout out to Z Tabane for letting me know this was a thing. Also, huge shout out to Thieving6 for the information here on the Dokkan Reddit as well. I'll leave a link down below for you guys to check out as well. Anyways, that being said, so there is going to be a new mechanic. The French data miners, I believe is who it was saying that we were going to get a very overhauled gameplay experience coming to the game in the year 4 celebration. And we are, again, just a couple of weeks away from that happening. The anniversary, I believe, was on the 29th of January, so we're just a couple weeks away. And we're going to get into just a bunch of new stuff, and again, new mechanics for gameplay. So I don't know how drastically this will change it, but we'll see. And we'll start off by taking a look at the animation. So that is one of the animations. It's kind of weird. Let me actually kind of full screen this just so we can get a better image of what we're working with here. Well, that was not the right button. Let me do this again. Okay. So that was obviously Aura power up here. Okay. So I'm guessing that there's going to be a, oh, there's a blue one and a red one there. Cool. I'm guessing there's going to be a unit inside of that aura, whatever that is. So that's interesting to see. But we also do have info down here. Each animation here can be used by itself. So there was seemingly several different animations in there. I just included them all in one video. Yep, there was multiples in there. Here's a list of restrictions that can be imposed on an active ability. So we have that we're going to have here. We're going to open that up. And here are all the current listed skills as well. If the restrictions are met, you click a button on the game footer and queue up the active skill. Right now, skills either happen first or last in attack order. So he's saying that pretty much skills are going to activate at the beginning or the end of the turn, for one. And when you have the conditions met, you click on a button in the game's footer, and you're able to turn on that skill. That's really interesting. He also does list a list, well, is another list here, excuse me, of the skills. True Potential, which increases your power level by 50%. Key Release, increases your ki to 100%. Key Focus, get all the ki on the board. What? What are these? This is crazy. Double Strike, attack twice in a row. Break Attack, break your opponent's guard. Okay. Charge Up, double your next attack. Charge Up, double your next attack. Spirit Cannon cancels your opponent's attack turn. This is getting kind of crazy. Telekinesis, reduce your opponent's defense to 0. That's interesting. Counter, add damage received to next attack. Okay. Yajirobe Strike, nullify all effects. It feels like there should be something separating these because these are titles and then effects. Anyways, Protect, reduce damage received to 10%. Wow, that's interesting. Absorption, absorb ki, super attacks, and recover HP. Pressure, lower power level by 50%. Interesting. Regeneration is recover HP. Again, these are names and effects. Surprise attack, extend attack turn by 1. Wait, you get a second turn? What the hell? Looks like 4th year mechanics really will change the game. I really hope the reducing defense will actually mean something. Yeah, that'll be interesting. So Double Strike attack twice in a row, probably useful for Tech Vegito Blue. So I'm guessing that means not really a combo attack, but when your attack turn is over, when you've done all the additionals that you were going to do, you get to go through another sequence of that same stuff. That's really crazy for Tech Vegito Blue, for example. Counter, add damage received to the next attack. Sounds like a pretty serious comeback move. Could be fun in the hands of characters like Rose Zamasu. Protect, reduce damage received to 10%. Basically AGL Golden Frieza, correct? Android Simulator 2019. Do you repeat the whole turn? If so, that's pretty amazing. That's what I thought too, attack turn by 1. So we also do have a couple of pace spins for it. And there are, again, conditions here. So we're going to kind of list some of them off. Over HP rate, under HP rate, over energy is under the energy. Like, these are all different requirements. So obviously it's going to be a lot more clear in game whenever this stuff comes. Is over target number, is under the target number, is over the target HP rate, under the target HP rate, is attack order, like these different like things that are going to be applicable to this. And then of course we have I guess kind of like pretty much a better look at it because it's actually showing you True Potential increases your power level. I'm not sure what power level means. It could be something new. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just sleeping on something. because this game doesn't. I'm like, this isn't Legends. Legends has a power level. This game doesn't have that. Key release, increase your key to 100%. So this would mean that it would increase your full gauge. Maybe power level means your attack stat. That's probably the most relevant thing. Key release increases your key to max pretty much. Key focus, get all the key on the board. This is going to be an insanely good ability for the units that get percentage-based increases, or even the units that get it based on rainbow orbs. Because, man, you know how hard it is to get 5 rainbow orbs? I did it in a video that's coming up soon, but it's incredibly hard. So, like, that is an interesting idea as well. But like the units specifically like Texel who get a percentage-based boost per orb obtained are going to love that type of ability. But again, there's going to be some sort of condition that you would have to trigger. Now, it says get all key on board. Again, I would imagine that applies to a specific unit. So another one down here is double strike, which is, again, attack twice in a row, which would, again, mean that when you're done with the attack and it tries to move on to another unit to attack finally, it should, maybe, allow you to attack again. And if that's the case, that's going to be crazy for, again, units that stack their attack. That's going to be interesting. And then also units like Tech Vegito Blue, that is going to be insanely good. So we'll see what happens with that. So break attack, break your opponent's guard. Now, opponent's guard is almost the same thing as reducing defense. Not the same, but it's pretty close. Those are pretty relative terms. But neither of them is particularly great. All this one really means right here, breaking your opponent's guard, is that your opponent can't defend when you come in. Say you take on an STR event like Jiren, and he's on his STR phase, of course, and you come with a physical opponent or with a physical character. Obviously, the opponent would take reduced damage from you, but this means he wouldn't. That's really good, you know. It's situationally good anyway. Not exactly the same as defense, but pretty much they kind of get wrapped into this bubble of the opponent's ability to defend themselves. So charge up, double your next attack is, I don't know what that means. It probably means your next attack that you do gets a combo attack, like an additional, like the potential system. That would be interesting to see. Spirit Cannon, cancel your opponent's attack turn. This is crazy. See, like, this type of stuff here, like, sounds like it would be really interesting in, like, a PvP setting, but I don't think this game's ever going to get to PvP at this point. But it sounds like it'd be interesting in PvP. Just these little effects, right? But canceling your opponent's attack turn is pretty interesting. That's pretty much a Ghost Usher. So that's wild. A built-in Ghost Usher. And like, against things that don't allow you to use items, like Battlefield, for example, that's where this stuff's going to really, really shine. Super Battle Road, not Super Battle Road, excuse me, EZAs, you know, stuff like that. That's where this is going to really kind of shine. Unless they introduce new modes, which for one, I do expect a new mode or two. Reduce your opponent's defense to 0 with telekinesis. This is really good against Broly, not really good against others, which is why the commenter was saying he hopes that it's actually useful. But reducing defense typically isn't useful because of the fact that bosses pretty much just have damage mitigation built into them. They don't have high defensive numbers. Broly events typically do, though. So counter, add damage received to next attack. I don't know if that means he's going to do a counter hit or if, like, they literally just add damage received to your next attack, so like you do more damage. I don't know. That one's kind of weird, kind of vague. Yajirobe strike, nullify all effects. Protect, reduce damage received to 10%, which is really, really good. Just a 90% damage mitigation is crazy. Absorption, absorb key super attacks and recover HP. That's crazy because that actually adds another level of gameplay to the game, because that's not something that your characters could ever do. For example, Android 19 on Battlefield could right now absorb your key attacks and heal. I feel like there are other units in the game that do that on boss events as well, but that's not something your units could ever do. So that's really cool to see. Lower power level by 50% with pressure ability. I'm guessing that means that they, again, pretty much, in terms of the opponent, reduce their attack by half. See, like, I don't know. This really sounds like all this stuff is specific to a new game mode, because I don't see how any of this stuff, it sounds really nice, but I don't see how this is going to be super useful. Like, half the stuff is going to be super useful in the regular game mode. Like, it has to be something new, which I expect. It's year 4 again, but there's not really much word on that. But unless they're just changing the entire gameplay, like they're overhauling it like the My Hero game, I don't know, but I don't think that's happening either. Absorb key super attacks and recover HP. Lower power level, recover HP with regeneration. Extend attack turn by 1. It says extend attack turn, which makes me think it's going to mean that you get another secondary turn. So altogether, and then here we go with that animation. Altogether, this is going to be pretty interesting. This is pretty huge news, actually. The fact that this could be something that happens in the future. And by the way, I'm reporting on it here, but again, nothing is 100% official until it is official in the game. I always want you guys know this. At this point, I kind of feel like it goes without saying. You guys should know this, but I'll mention it again. Nothing is official until we get word from Bandai on like one of their official sources, like their Facebook or their Twitter, or it's official in the game news or things of that nature. It is not official until we see it there. There was notice about a new mechanic coming to the game in the App Store with the update, but other than that, they didn't even mention it in the news for the update that just came out as well. So, like, this is something that they're obviously not really talking about too much because it's not applied to anybody. I had Hydros dig into the files for the game as well, and he couldn't even apply it to a unit to try to test it out or anything like that because it's just not there yet. So, like, this is something that could be this stuff that we're seeing here, this mechanic, or it could be something entirely different. It could be relative to a specific new mode that is coming out. It could be relative to specific new units, which I think is most likely as well. It's just something that we don't know a lot about. So as we get more info, of course, you guys know, I will let you guys know. But let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about all of this stuff. Does this sound interesting to you? Are you excited for this stuff? Let me know in the comments down below. Have an awesome day, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch all of you guys in the next Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video. Have an awesome day, everyone, and take it easy.